Our ultimate goal as educators is to create a safe learning environment for students. And if we aren't able to accommodate a student with a brain injury and it leads to something as tragic as Rowan's experience, we wouldn't be doing what we were dedicated to do. And that's what I really feel our job is to do, is to educate staff, students, parents, as well as to communicate with the medical community. We need to keep an open line of communication. The key to healing is acknowledging and creating a safe space and for everyone to dialogue around what that process is going to look like. Once there's a suspected concussion, whoever was there during that event will notify the school, and from there we initiate our concussion protocols. So there is a checklist for types of symptoms, and if it's the parent or if it's the staff member, we'll go through that checklist and see what symptoms they're exhibiting and whether or not it warrants a doctor visit. Usually we ask for a doctor visit within the first 24 hours. And from there, the doctor will fill out a portion of the form, and that needs to be returned to the school, telling us, yes, it is a confirmed concussion. From there, we go on to what we're going to do in terms of accommodations for that student. Is that student now unable to return to learn, unable to return to physical activity, or both? And in some cases, may have to stay at home. And during that time, no assessments or any type of schoolwork is given. And then as time progresses and as symptoms start to alleviate, then we look at, can the student return to learn? Return to learn would mean maybe they can do written assignments or read for a small amount of time with frequent breaks, reduced technology, reduced exposure to bright lights and multiple sounds and those types of things. It can still also occur at home. And it, depending on the doctor's recommendation, can occur in a gradual sense at the school, 1 to 2 days a week, maybe one period, half a day, whatever the doctor's saying. So there's always a constant communication going back and forth in terms of what that student needs at that particular time. And then all the way through the process, if a student does have a setback, then we always move back to the initial step prior to the one where we had returned them to learn or returned them to physical activity. That a brain injury really truly is something that has happened to you, and that you need to honor the fact that you need time to heal. Even though people can't see it, they don't understand what symptoms you're having, you must be your own best advocate. Because if you do ignore it and you do come back too quickly, then you can set your healing back. And it will take a lot longer to get back to where you were prior to that injury. So my advice is just be as honest as possible and don't take on too much, and actually just trust that the process. There's a reason we have a process. The process is to help you heal as quickly as possible and to bring you back to where you were prior to that injury.